Hello, good afternoon. I'm Heda. I live in Bangkok. I've been living and working here for 22 years. I'm a single mom. I have two kids. They're 15 and 11. What I want to talk about today is something that I read a while back, and I've been reading about Rizal for a bit now. And the reason for that is because I have been looking for a role model, a hero, if you like. I feel that as Filipinos, we need to look into the most brilliant person, character, hero that we have ever produced in our history, so that we have a model in terms of how to act, what to do, habits, how to manage our country, our lives, and the things that we do as a nation. So that's why I went back to Rizal, and the reason for that is this. As I have been looking into what character, who or which characters in history to model, or to admire, or to get inspired from, I came across Gandhi from India and Nelson Mandela. And so, if you wanted to have a little bit more information about their work, I know that everyone has a general picture of what they did, what their goals were, but it's so much different. The impact on your knowledge is a lot better when you have actually watched documentaries about them, good documentaries about them, because it makes you understand where they are coming from. Because yes, the work of the person is important, but it is also important to know their why. And if you wanted to look at Nelson Mandela's work, there's actually a very, very good movie starring Matt Damon. It's called Invictus. I think it's available on YouTube. Please find that if you're interested. And then Gandhi, okay, has a documentary that's titled after his name, Gandhi. Okay, so please find those. Now, one of the things that this is very interesting, and if anybody has time, please send me some information about this in order to find out whether it's true or not. But there was something that I came across, and I haven't been able to research and find out if this was true, that Gandhi actually drew from Rizal's work. Okay, so I wanted to find out, who was first? Who was the forerunner of whom? Was it Gandhi who came first? Rizal came first. Okay, so try to find that, because that's one of the things that I came across. So, okay, Rizal. Why do I say that Rizal died? Because Filipinos were not ready for an armed revolution. One of the things that I've read, okay, and please do not take my word for it, okay, this is just one idea, and I'm just sharing some of the things that I've read with you. You are free to refute or to send me some other links. I'm sure there are other stories that are related to this. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, our job here is just for respectful, informed discourse about the things that happen in our country. And my goal for these videos is just to contribute what I can towards nation building. I am not a lawyer. I don't have a degree in journalism. I don't know anything. Okay, I'm just an ordinary Filipino citizen, and if you feel that the information that I'm sharing is helpful, or it is something to draw inspiration from, or it's just something to think about, okay, maybe you even oppose, okay, these things that I'm saying, that's fine. If you find it useful for whatever purpose, okay, you have, okay, then yeah, just do it. Okay, yes, okay, let's try mag-Tagalog, okay? That is not, okay, my strongest suit, but okay, we will try. And for those, okay, na who wanted to comment, please comment in Bisaya, in Boholano, in Ilocano, Chavacano, any language, Ilonggo, okay? Hindi po kailangan mag-English in the comments, okay? Some of the videos that I am putting out, I do wish them to be in English because people are watching. Because, okay, Duterte is making waves in the international arena. You know why? A lot of the world leaders that he has met or he has interacted with, even those whom he have not interacted with, is curious at the very least about the kind of he is an enigma. Okay, he is not understood by many, and he has such charisma that, okay, people want to know what it is all about, where it's coming from. And there are a lot of people who have raised their respect towards us as a people once they have seen his results and once they have understood where he is coming from. And where do I get this information from? Okay, I'm going to share with you one thing that my mom, my nanay, who is in Australia, okay, has heard from a friend of hers who is Thai. Kasi nga recently, okay, Digong was here in Thailand. Her friend said, and this is a very well-respected lady, she said she's well-traveled and she's very well-informed, okay. She said, your president, he is very well-respected in Thailand. One of the things, okay, that he did was that in pictures when he meets Thai dignitaries, okay, he does the Y. That is the gesture of welcome and hello in Thailand. It's a show of respect, and there's a way to do it. There's the right way to do it, okay, and Digong does it. So it comes out very respectful towards the Thai people. And you know what? That takes time and effort and sincerity. And then also, if you recall, Digong came, right? Okay, I think a little bit after he was declared the winner. He came to Thailand to pay respects to the remains of His Majesty, So that is a very respectful way that he did. Okay, and then so ang sabi ng Thai friend was this: he is very respectful. He shows the why in such a manner that we see that it's sincere. And this is the phrase that really caught me. Ang sabi nung friend is that we know who our friends are. So, you know what? Okay, Digong is not only gaining popularity, but he is raising our dignity and honor in the international arena. And so that is really, really something we need to be grateful for. And, okay, so back to Rizal, where I read, okay, that, yes, we know that his novels, they were in Spanish, and then at first they came out, not in the Philippines, okay, I'm not sure, did they come out in Europe, did they come out in Spain? And the reason for that, I think, from what I read, is that he was studying things, and it came to him that whatever he was going to do within the country, it was not going to affect any changes. And so what he did, okay, was, okay, he made an effort and planned to go to Spain. But before doing anything else, okay, he seemed to have this idea that before people could listen to him and what he wanted to say, what his message was, he needed to make the Europeans stand up, take notice, and respect the talent and the mind of the Filipino people. And so if you recall in our history, there was a group of them, we had some painters as well who during his time was there in Europe as well. And then so together they made so much achievements there that eventually Europeans and the Spanish took notice. They were befriended, and so when his novels came out, there were people who read them. Pero, okay, this is one of the criticisms that I got, okay, when I was talking about this in another forum years back, or maybe a few months back, okay. I was told when I said that the reason why Rizal died was because his novels did not yet attain the effect that was necessary in order for the Filipino people to be prepared for an armed revolution. One of the critics said, in English, he said, who understood Rizal's novels? They were written in Spanish. And meron pa siyang SMH. Shaking my head. And I did not reply to that. Kasi I was just thinking, okay, here's another one. Sometimes it's difficult and it's wasted time when you argue with someone who has little knowledge and they feel that, okay, they know everything. Okay, now I did not go into argumentation with that person, okay, but here's what I know. Yes, the novels were in Spanish, but meron po tayong zarzuela at that time. It was, okay, a drama. So Rizal's novels were in Spanish, but, okay, the threads and the stories were shown to the common people through the zarzuela, okay, and through the dramas, the stage dramas. And so the seeds of nationalism was started. But, okay, here's what I read. It was just starting, and people were just starting to wake up from the oppressive systems that were in place during the Spanish regime. And so the reason why Rizal thought that we were not ready for an armed revolution at that time, because he felt our awakening was half-baked. Hindi pa tayo ready. According to what I read, okay, so if you have another opposing view about that, okay, please, okay, share it here. We are just sharing ideas here, and this is just one side of it. Now, how does this, okay, impact us? Okay, so, well, namatay po si Rizal because the Filipino people were not ready, perhaps, to defend him. We were not ready in terms of when the armed revolution started. Maybe we did not have enough weapons. We did not have enough people to fight. We did not have enough hunger for freedom to continue the fight. Perhaps, okay, that's what that text, okay, was alluding to. Okay, so there's that. It's just one idea. Now, how does this translate into what's happening in our systems, in our politics? Okay, there are three things that I wish to talk about, and let's talk and discuss about, okay, all sides of the story here. Bakit po ba tayo, whenever we talk about Rizal, we are not so impassioned about our love for him? Mas mahal pa natin si Ferdinand Marcos. And I don't mean that in a negative way. What I mean is this, okay? When we idolize Ferdinand Marcos, sometimes meron po tayong nakakaaway because there's an opposing view about it, okay? In relation to martial law. Again, please do not misunderstand me on this, okay? We are just looking at different sides of the story. Kaya po tayo nag-aaway minsan, arguments, okay, in online media kasi we don't want to listen to different sides of the story. There are always two sides to the story, and okay, you don't necessarily have to buy into either of them. You have to make your own opinion. We have to make our own opinions. Okay, so there's that. And so I was thinking, when I was looking for models to emulate, why was I looking into Nelson Mandela, he is not Filipino. He was not Filipino. Why was I looking into Gandhi? Okay, he was not Filipino. And so I went back. Okay, to who are our Filipino heroes. And then there's just one brilliant, okay, awesome person in our history. We have to talk about this. We have to acknowledge it. And you know what? Because, okay, we haven't really honored this hero of ours. Yes, okay, we do lip service. Okay, he is our national hero. But do we really believe that? And I think it comes from the fact that kaaway ni Rizal, okay, were some spiritual leaders, okay, during his time. And, okay, up to this day, there are spiritual leaders, okay, that oppose honoring Rizal. Okay, now let's separate the two. I am not against, okay, the Catholic Church. No, 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 no. I'm a Catholic. I go to church, and then I have many friends who are priests. I went to school during high school in a semi-private school that was run by nuns. Okay, now look, the Daughters of Charity, who ran San Jose School and who are still running San Jose School in Iloilo, I learned about service towards others from them. We had activities, okay, during weekends where we went to we had adopted barangays, and we went there and we cooked food and we gave out food to them. That's one of the things that I learned, okay, from that school. It was run by nuns. Okay, now you also have to know this, okay, during the Yolanda time, one church owned by the Redemptorist Fathers in Cebu opened its doors and welcomed the victims. Inside the church, okay, I saw some pictures. The people there were being fed, being clothed, being sheltered in that church for 1 month. Okay, so please, let us separate the two. Yes, we have some spiritual leaders who were against Rizal, but we also have spiritual leaders who are for the poor and who are doing something about the poor. Okay, so let's separate those. Going back, okay, bakit po medyo, ano bang tawag doon sa Tagalog, maligamgam? Para pong lukewarm yung ating pag-honor and pag-model Rizal. Why? And it's because we are a predominantly Catholic country, and okay, in our history it was shown, okay, that okay, he was pictured as a rebel. Now let's, okay, make a distinction between being a rebel and being rogue. Dalawa pong definition for those two words, and they are not the same. Now, Rizal did go against, okay, certain spiritual leaders' beliefs or principles or suggestions during that time. But, okay, that does not mean, okay, that he did not respect, okay, those people. He also had spiritual leaders, okay, who mentored him. Please, let's look at our history. The difficult thing about us sometimes is because our history books have been kind of twisted by the Spanish. Our pre-Spanish history were totally eradicated and changed into what the Spanish wanted us to believe. We have to go back, okay, and in our history and see and really find out, okay, what the stories were. One of my favorite stories about Rizal, if you remember this, okay, I hope that it's still being taught in elementary schools. I learned this because in elementary I went to a public school in the mountains of Lambunao, Iloilo. I love the experiences that I've had there. I feel that I've had the best education in a public school in the most rural of areas in Iloilo, and I fully respect the teachers that I have had there, and I'll talk to you about them later. Okay, so we go back to Rizal's the story of Rizal when he was on a boat, and then he lost one of his slippers. Diba? How does the story go? Okay, he took, okay, his other slipper and he threw it into the river. And then I think one of his older brothers, older sibling asked, okay, why did you do that? And then he said, well, I'm not going to be able to make use of the other slipper. So if somebody finds, okay, the pair, then they'll be able to use it. Okay, now that's just a very simple story, but it's very profound. And if we tell this, okay, to our children, it will have, okay, an impact, okay, that may last them a lifetime and may have long-term effects that, you know what, okay, may even have, okay, a positive impact, okay, towards our country and towards nation building. Why? That story, okay, tells... Okay, sis, okay, do not call me yet, okay, I'm still going live. Anyway, back to our story. So there are two things, okay, in that story. It showed, okay, Rizal, okay, actually had, alam na po natin to because, isn't it, okay, that he can speak 6 languages at least. Rizal was a very intelligent Filipino. He is actually dubbed as the greatest of the Malay race. And this we have to be proud of as Filipinos. We need to take this on. We need to honor this person because he, okay, represented and still represents us. And so that story showed us brilliance. He was a thinking person, but it also showed heart, because he was thinking of whoever finds that pair of slippers, okay, would have something to use. Now, going back, okay, how does this relate to our country? Digong Duterte, if you idolize him, if you're inspired by him, is also about brilliance of the mind, okay, and heart for the people. He knows, he has his hand on the true pulse of the Filipinos, and that is why he is loved, okay, all over. It's not because we are just blindly following, okay, him like sheep. No, okay, come on. A Filipino is not bobo. Let's please, okay, let's not insult each other, okay, by saying that, okay, oh, they are, you know what, okay, they're just tards, okay, don't listen to them. Please, okay, let us do away with that. The Filipino is intelligent, but the Filipino also has heart. That's the best of the Filipino. So, how does this impact, okay, our lives today? We also have to look at officials, government officials under Duterte. From what I can see, Duterte puts people under his cabinet, okay, in public office based on their merit, based on two very important things, which I have been talking about, okay, which actually I feel comes from Rizal, okay, the intelligence part and the heart part, they have to go together. Now, if you don't know the work of Manny Piñol, please, okay, follow him. He works, okay, by studying, assessing first, okay, what the true needs of the people are, and then he finds resources, and then he finds, okay, things to do in order to find solutions to those problems. He goes to the farmers, who are the main constituents of the Department of Agriculture, and asks them about their problems. That, to me, is the perfect combination of intelligence and heart. Okay, now Gina Lopez, DENR. If you listen to Gina's videos, she talks about, dahil meron po siyang critics. Okay, her critics say that she is just ruled by emotion. And so she said, and then so she answered, okay, her critics, because it is important to answer critics. Why? To kill the story, to kill the lies, okay? So she said, okay, I love science, okay? She said, the experts coming from different countries, who are respected in their fields, okay, that are related to environment, are coming to the Philippines in order to help, in order to study. And then she said she has studies, okay, herself on ecology, on the environment, and how that marries with the people's needs. And okay, but she also has passion. And you have to love this woman. She has passion for what she does. Now, because okay, a lot of people are following Gina, so her critics are saying that she's ruled by emotion. Why? They're trying to discredit her. They also tried to discredit Manny Piñol by putting out this story that he is cozying up, okay, to the Coca-Cola company leaders. Hey, we need to work with our business leaders, okay, and companies, okay, owners of products, okay, that would need the raw materials from the farmers, okay. See, who are the farmers going to sell their products to if Manny Piñol does not, okay, marry the two, the businesses, the business people, and then the farmers, okay. If you haven't been following, there was actually a program of the government where they have pulled, okay, all the top food companies together. I think Jollibee, McDonald's, okay, were part of that. And okay, there was a forum. The goal of the forum was, okay, how to help our country so that our raw materials from our people are bought, okay, by these, okay, companies. Look, there is so much work that's being done. And okay, drawing from the concept of Rizal's brilliance and his heart, okay, these people are actually doing that. Okay, so please let us protect, okay, this government, because what we need, okay, what we needed a long time ago is happening now. And it just makes me so sick, okay, when I see all these posts, all these things that are coming out, and they are, okay, opposing the government. Why are you opposing progress, and why are you opposing reforms? Okay, there is something that I would like to talk about, and it's about, okay, let me see my notes. I have notes because nawawala po ako. I don't want to be, okay, sidetracked. Okay, dysfunctional systems. Okay, during Rizal's time, our dysfunctional systems was this. The Spaniards, okay, were our rulers, and Filipinos were just mere kind of slaves. Okay, that was they were the conquistadors, okay, and we were the conquered, okay. What a story, yeah. Okay, but you know what? Okay, we are still that, okay. Who are our conquistadors? Look, okay, it's not just it's not just the leaders of the political parties. I truly believe that, okay, those people who have the power and are rich are actually controlling our government officials and to effect the changes that they want and to control, okay, whatever is happening in our country. So we remain slaves to the monopolies in businesses, okay, thus these contractualization in business, in companies, and this is what, okay, the Duterte government would like to stop, because it oppresses people, it makes slaves of us. That is the dysfunctional system that was existing during Rizal's time, during Spanish time. It is still happening now. Okay, let us okay, talk about that and then take a look at it for what it really is, okay? Number 3, okay, one of the biggest things that is happening in our country today, and Duterte talks about this in many of his speeches, and in Thailand he also still talked about it. It's our population control. If you have not seen the BBC documentary, I think the title had something to do with the Manila is the hardest place to drive in, something like that. Okay, so the documentary, okay, happened this way. There was a bus driver, okay, that came from London, I think from the UK, and the documentary ran this way so that he came to the Philippines and he looked at how I think a jeepney driver, a regular jeepney driver, does his job, okay, here in the Philippines. You've got to see the documentary, and you will realize, okay, how oppressed, okay, we have been as a people. And you will also realize that, okay, you know what, in the past, before Digong, no one in our public office cared. No one cared about the people. Now, that family and that documentary was shot, okay, in Manila. And our public officials, okay, are what? They are just kilometers away in our Congress, in our Senates. And what were they talking about? How come these people in urban Manila are still so poor? I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the families that was being talked about or highlighted in that movie had 13 children. And they were living in this one-room shack. And you've got to watch that, because here's our problem. Population control. Now, the reproductive health bill already became a law. But from what I read, okay, this is what's happening. Nothing is being done or is being implemented in some of the local government units because the local leaders refuse, okay, to have the health officers from the health department come in and then do their work in order to implement, okay, what has been stipulated in the reproductive health bill and the reproductive health law. And what are those stipulations? One of them is the health education of our mothers, in order to help them have informed decisions about how many children they are going to have. Now, why is that being stopped? Kasi daw, some of the LGUs, okay, it's about their spiritual stands. Okay, now here's the thing about us, and this is what Digong has been calling. Look, Digong is a very spiritual man. Okay, you have to listen to his speeches from start to finish, and he always has, okay, you will see and you will infer, okay, that this man has God in his life. He is not, okay, anti-God. What he is, okay, is anti-systems that don't work. Look, if a local official, okay, does not believe, okay, in natural family planning, which actually should be something that the Pope, okay, actually has already said, okay, can be practiced, okay, by Catholics. If the LGU leaders, okay, do not agree with that, okay, but they are free to voice out, okay, their stands for their constituents. But, okay, they should not prevent, okay, the health officials from going into their barangays, into their towns, into their cities, to do the health programs, the health education, and to give out condoms, for Christ's sake, okay? Look, our women, okay, are the caregivers. And when you have, okay, like, 7 children, and how much are you earning for a day? That, okay, is significant, okay? Significant, okay? Please, if you truly care about your constituents in your LGUs, read the reproductive health law. Now, this was interesting, okay, when there was so much debate about the reproductive law, because, okay, there were some people that I was arguing with, and then, okay, one of us, okay, said, just a minute, okay, you keep on saying that, okay, the reproductive health law is going to promote promiscuity. How is that going to do that? Okay, because that is a personal choice. That's an individual decision. To be promiscuous is an individual decision. Okay, it's not a collective choice. And so, ang sabi nung person who was asking, okay, why are you saying that? Ang sabi ni, the next question was important. Did you even read the bill? And then, from the other end, complete silence. Bakit? Okay, hindi niya nabasa yung bill. But, okay, she kept on saying the same slogan that was being fed. Okay, I don't know where it was being fed from, but it was being fed into the masses, okay? Hindi pa masyadong strong on social media at that time. And so she was buying into this propaganda, into this slogan, without reading the bill, okay? And so, okay, sabi nung person who was asking, ay nako, wala to, let's go into another forum, okay? This person does not even know what she was talking about, okay? So, what does this mean? Okay, we have to, when we are talking about something, we need to have some kind of background. Hindi kailangan na we read all. We don't have time for that. We have lives to live, okay? Like here, okay? Do not stay here 24/7, okay? Eat, sleep, okay? And exercise, and laugh, and rest, okay? We have lives to live, but use this, okay, platform as a tool for information, okay, and for acting on something. So, balik po tayo. During Rizal's time, what the three biggest things that were oppressing our people were dysfunctional systems, and then this very limiting kind of hierarchy between the oppressor and the slaves, okay? That's number 2. And then number 3, this propaganda. This propaganda and the slogans that are being fed into the masses, and it confuses people. And you know what? It's still, those 3 things are still in existence. Para tayong deja vu, if you think about it. We have to, what is this fight about? It's not just about, okay, fighting for the president. And we know why we are fighting for him, because we know and we have seen results. He is for the people, okay? Now, when he was in Bangkok, you know what? Okay, he doesn't care about speeches. He never does. And he says, okay, and I buy into this because I see his results. He says, okay, I don't want to make speeches, okay? I don't want to talk to you as your president. I just want to talk to you as a person. Okay, and these things are very important. So, what are we fighting for? And what are we fighting against? We are fighting against not just camps, not just the other camp, okay? We are fighting against, okay, oppressive systems. Ang tawag po doon are extractive institutions, extractive political institutions, extractive economic institutions. Hindi po sila helpful para sa buhay ng regular na Pilipino. Ang sabi nga ni Digong, if you don't feel there is any change, if you are living, okay, in you know, I've always said this as well, ang mga middle class and the rich people, especially the rich people, they don't need a president. That has always been very clear, okay, during Digong's campaign time. Those people don't need a president. Why? Okay, they can live on their own. They are self-sufficient. This fight is about the 25% of us who are living below the poverty line. Why? Every time merong sakuna, diba? There's a typhoon, there's a storm, there's a volcanic eruption. Okay, our hearts bleed, but so do our pockets. Bakit? Well, you need to help. If it's not your family, it's your friends. Okay, if it's not your friends, okay, it's the other province. And every single one of us, okay, is affected. Diba? If you're so rich, okay, diba, there was this whole, okay, donating frenzy, okay, from the rich, okay, in Manila. When Yolanda came, ano yung mga ginawa nila? I think, okay, they took their old, okay, bags that they were not using, luxury bags and luxury stuff, okay, and then they put them all together, and then I think they had a sale, and then whatever money, okay, that they gathered, okay, that was sent, okay, to Yolanda victims. I'm not saying that is not good. That has a value. It has a value. But, okay, here's the thing. Our poor needs self-sufficiency, empowerment, jobs. They don't need dole out. They don't need lugaw from time to time. They need to know and learn and be taught how to grow their own food. And they need, to have systems in place, economic systems that don't extract more from them. Contractualization extracts money from people because, it does not allow for people to demand, a higher salary. There are no benefits, and there is such an insecurity. There's fear because every 6 months you're not going to have a job. So this is a call for our rich. Please pay attention because you have a job to do. You have a social duty as a wealthy person. If you recall, if you haven't seen, there's a press release, that recently came out about the Rothschilds. This is a family that is very rich, that they actually, I think they have an asset of many trillions of dollars. And I think the article said that if you combine 8 millionaires in the States, the Rothschild family, one family, would still have more than all those 8 millionaires combined. Now that says something. Pay attention. We need to pay attention. Who owns the Philippines? Who is wielding the power? It's not our politicians necessarily. They are just pawns. Digong is not a politician. Let's separate that. He is not. With those of us, who support him, know that. Now, let's do something about that. How we need to spread information about this government's positive projects and jobs and activities. Yes, and they're producing jobs. We need to tell people that. When somebody tells you, nako, ano ka, dutard, so ask them, yes, buntong hininga ka muna and breathe, breathe, magbilang ka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then say this, do you have 5 minutes? Can we sit down? Are you willing to listen? Because I'm gonna tell you a story. Diba? Sabi nga ni Lou Veloso, nasa kwento lang yan. So, tell the story. And also, if you have been following Paula Defensor Knack, K-N-A-C-K, Paula is calling us to write 1 million letters, to the EU, to the UN. She has on her post, on her page, please scroll down on her timeline. She has listed down the names of people, the addresses of who these letters, need to go to. For the person, that I have been messaging, because he was, thank you for the idea. When you said that, we need to write letters, you were asking me, when are we going to write letters as OFWs? I'm going back to your message later. I'm going to draft a letter. I'm going to borrow my son's computer. And then I'm going to send you that email. It is good, to have signatures on one letter. But it makes so much more impact. And it's so much more powerful, if we flood the EU, the UN, whatever these agencies that the yellows have been writing to. Make no mistake about it. They have been writing letters to these agencies, If we flood those, with the other side of the story, then, we effect some change. Especially for those, who don't want to come out and be vocal, You don't have to go public. This is a war, against our restrictive systems. Make no mistake about it. Call it for what it is. This war could be won and could be fought in many platforms. Yes, use online media as a tool, but don't stay here, don't live here, There are many things that we could do. So let's, help each other. If you don't feel that you have to do something, that's fine as well, There are so many things that you could go to, Try to go to TED Talks. There are so many positive things there. Try to follow upworthy.com, There are so many positive things there. Let's work for progress, I do truly believe that this is the only time, okay, where we can effect change. It's now or never, okay? But you know what, okay, don't just take my word for it, okay? Watch, read, listen, okay? Like an eagle, okay, go hover above all these politicking and see the Philippines for what it is, and see our potential as people. Because you know what, okay, some other people wish Rizal was, okay, from their country. And we are not even owning the fact that we produced the best, the most brilliant of the Malay race. Rizal was Filipino. Bye.